Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Spooky University. I realize that I don't make these all that often anymore, and I am terribly sorry, but, well, I'm very busy with school, and classes, and personal problems, and what have you. So, moving right along. Today's episode is about, parents. Yes, I know. For me, maybe talking about having accepting parents isn't kind of really all that relevant anymore because I'm 25, and so, basically I'm an adult. I can do whatever I want. I have been doing whatever I want for a long time. So it's kind of a trip down memory lane for me to remember where I first got started, like especially in the goth subculture, and my mom's reaction to it. I count my blessings because I have a really accepting mom. She is so super cool with like everything that I've ever done, even like the weirder crap. She was always, I think in the beginning she was a little hesitant to let me get into the whole vampire, witchcraft, goth stuff just because of the people that I hung out with were kind of insane, like dangerously so, but yeah. Well, I'm in middle school then, and it was fun and exciting and new. But anyway, moving on. When I first got started, like, I guess dressing in a lot of black and listening to darker music, I didn't really have any guidance for what goth was, so I was just kind of like basing it around the people that I knew who were emulating it and what they did. And I think that's how a lot of us kind of get our start until we sort of realize, hey, there's more to this than just, listening to really angry music and wearing black and hissing at people in the hallway at school, which is really immature. And if you are just out of high school entering university, I highly suggest you don't do this kind of stuff because you'll probably get locked into a loony bin if you hiss at people on a regular basis. Because, yeah, that's kind of crazy behavior. But yeah, so, it was like, I think I was in 11th grade of high school, so I was a junior when I got my first pair of like super baggy trip bondage pants, the giant ones with the chains and stuff. I mean, I think looking back they looked really horrible on me, but I mean, my mom was really, really cool with it. She let me wear them to get my senior pictures done, which I have such monumental regret for now because I kind of wish that she would have put her foot down and said, you should wear something a little bit more classy because you're going to look back on your senior pictures, 10 years from now, and you're going to cringe. And it hasn't been quite 10 years, and I'm already cringing because, I mean, I think bondage pants look great on some people. They really do, but they just weren't really meant for me, I think. And yeah, so, but she was really accepting. She let me wear them. She never said anything, and she was really cool with letting me kind of, I guess, explore and try on different identities and do different things. And I'm really grateful to her for letting me do that and accepting me as I am, because I don't think I'd be as well-rounded as I am now, because I was allowed to try on so many different identities to be able to find the one that is me, to be able to say, well, you know what, this spoke to me, and I want to continue doing this, but in my own way, and so I have, and that's nice. Where some people I know are not so lucky, like, I had a friend in high school, Emily. She started getting into the dark heavy metal / goth thing before I did, and her mom, it's a small town, and her mom, I don't want to say her mom was really Christian, or maybe conservative, kind of small town hick, I would rather go fishing with my daughter than go to a rock concert with her kind of thing, and so she was really, there was a lot of backlash from her mom, her mom was kind of crazy anyway, so she would break her CDs, hide all her black clothes. It was like complete psychotic behavior, but it's like it kind of made me realize all the more how lucky I was that I didn't have to deal with something like that just for expressing myself the way I wanted to. And it also made me realize that a lot of people have to deal with a lot of misunderstanding and anger and fear and confusion from their own parents, and these are people that are supposed to have your back, people that should know you inside and out. I mean, they gave birth to you, they should love you no matter who you are. But the sad thing is that some people who bear children want to raise their younglings to be just like them. They want to control and shape who this person is going to be. And, I think they don't stop to realize that this is a separate life, that this is somebody who is going to have their own way of thinking and their own identity. And, as soon as you stop to realize that you can't stop this person from being who they are, whether they're your child or not, that's kind of the point, the turning point, when a parent will try to understand and accept you. But, until you get to that point, you might have to put up with some parents who are going to hide your black clothing or break your CDs, or tell you that if you stop going to church because you suddenly don't believe it, or if you want to explore a different religion, or anything at all, or you want to go to a goth club, or you want to wear black lipstick to school, that you're going to hell. These things happen, and it's really sad. But so I don't know really what tips I can give you. On the upside now, because this is a university-based, like college-based, I guess, web series, chances are you're living on your own now. So if you were before unable to really experiment with your identity, now you've suddenly got a little bit more leeway to do that. Maybe your parents are still, paying for your tuition, or, they're still, like, giving you money for stuff, or food, or for clothing, or whatever, and you still have to rely on them a lot. But if you're living on campus, you are away from your parents, and you do have the opportunity to go out and live your own life now. You can get yourself a job, and then you can literally buy whatever you want with that. If you wanted to wear, like, PVC shorts and a fishnet top, and you can buy it with your own money, I say more power to you. Go do it. Because, you're no longer being dictated to by your parents, their money, what you're allowed to wear with their money. So, also, you can suddenly listen to whatever music you want. You may not be into goth rock specifically. You may want to listen to Marilyn Manson, or Cradle of Filth, or Disturbed even, and it might have been something that your parents would never, ever, ever have let you play in their house, because they thought it was crazy-ass, loud, horrible noise, and, it's devil-worshipping, rawr, don't do that. And so, now that you're away from home, you have this chance, to an extent, to experiment. You're 18, presumably, or older, so you can get a job. You are a legal adult, and you're living away from your family. Now, depending on what kind of job you get, you may not be able to, like, sport a multicolored mohawk, or have, like, 10 piercings in your face, because that's just the way the world is. That's not acceptable in mainstream society, or it's not accepted as professional yet. Things are changing. It happens. But to an extent, you can be yourself. And, a lot of college campuses are very diverse, and you can pretty much get away with doing anything you want. I'm not quite so lucky, because while we have a lot of ethnic diversity on my campus, we don't have a lot of subcultural diversity. So there are very few people that you run across that are into an alternative scene, obviously, because I think they tone it down. It's a very, I don't want to say it's a hick campus, but there are a lot of people from small towns who come here, and so that mentality kind of sticks. But by that same token, this is their chance to be exposed to new things too. So I say, you have this opportunity, and your parents may not like that you're doing this away from home, but they can't really say anything about it. As long as if you go home on the weekends, you wear your normal jeans and Hollister hoodie, or whatever it is they bought you or think is acceptable for you to wear, then they can't really complain, because what you're doing on your own time as an adult doesn't affect them. And, I never had that problem. I've always been able to wear whatever I want, and do whatever I want, and listen to whatever I want, and spend my money on whatever I want, and that was always really nice. So, but yeah, for those of you who maybe are still living at home, like I said, even if you're an adult, you are, still kind of under the rule of your parents, and, it is their house, it's their rules, kind of like if you were to move into somebody else's house as, like, a roommate or somebody, you would follow the rules, because it's not your house. So, you might have to keep things really toned down, but a lot of people also will tell you that goth is a phase, or these alternative fashions and subcultures, they're a phase, and once you're not in high school you should grow up and be professional and start wearing like dress suits and flats and makeup that's proper and, you know, bullshit. I call bullshit. I call such utter bullshit. To an extent, depending on what you're majoring in and what you plan to do after university, erring on the professional side, you know, might be a good idea. But that doesn't mean you have to like completely give up everything. You can be totally gothed out and still look completely professional. I mean, I've seen it. If you don't believe me, I will link you to a blog that I follow. She is a corporate goth. So she works in an office. She's a very elegant lady, and she definitely still looks really goth. So I will post a link to that so you guys can have a frame of reference if you want to be like really dark and spooky but still professional at the same time. Totally cool. But, you know, like I said, I mean, now's the time to go out and wear whatever you want, because most university campuses don't really have a dress code. As long as you're not showing up to class in like your underwear, you should be okay. So I kind of run out of steam here. I want you to tell me how your parents reacted the first time you started dressing, you know, in a way that expressed who you were at the time or how you are now. What their reactions are to, you know, your identity. If there was anything they ever didn't allow you to do when you were still in high school or younger. How they feel about what you do now. Basically, I guess I just want to know what your story is regarding parental acceptance and understanding. So if you want to leave a comment below, I would be super happy. Or even better, you can make one of your own videos and post it as a video response. Yeah. So well, I guess I'll be on to the next video topic, and I'm not entirely sure what that is, but it'll be up eventually. So yeah, I hope you guys are all university students. Hope all of you are doing well in your classes and staying on top of homework, because this shit's important. You're paying for your education, so take advantage of it. Being smart's awesome. Seriously. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Don't drink too much. Bye.